Hey everybody, I got another bad movie classic for you, but before I get to that, I just want to give a shout out to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. That's right, Squarespace, a leader in the web design industry for over 20 years. Whether you want to show off your interests, start a side hustle, or finally dive headfirst into that new business, Squarespace makes web design easy. Using their AI-powered website builder, you can make your own fully functional professional site. Just answer some simple questions about your personality and industry, and Design Intelligence will handle the rest, creating a completely customized site loaded with all the features you need. And if you change your mind and want to make some changes, Squarespace's Fluid Engine allows you to easily drag and drop elements, all without doing any coding. Plus, if you're trying to sell some products, whether they're handmade or digital, Squarespace has e-commerce tools built right in, as well as an intuitive inventory management system. So if you're somebody who wants to join the thousands of other people who've used Squarespace to make their dreams a reality, just go to squarespace.com/BrandonTenold or click the link in the description and sign up for your free trial. Then, when you're confident your site's ready for launch, use the promo code BrandonTenold for 10% off your first purchase. Alright, let's get into it. Well, folks, I got an Evil Dead knockoff for you today, and this is one that I've actually gotten a ton of requests for. Lots of you must have rented this one at the video store back in the day, because people have been asking me to do this one for years. So, here it is. Demon Wind is a 1990 horror movie from director Charles Philip Moore, who would mainly go on to do softcore action movies like Dance with Death, Black Belt, and Angel of Destruction. Despite only getting a limited theatrical release, this was apparently pretty popular on video when it first came out, featuring an eye-catching lenticular cover, so it's kind of surprising that this didn't make it off VHS in North America until 2017. Despite that, though, it's managed to get a minor reputation as a so-bad-it's-good movie, so I guess I can put this one alongside stuff like Bloodbeat, Creatures from the Abyss, and Nightmare Weekend. And I already talked about those movies, so here is Demon Wind. You know, despite this movie's reputation as a cheese fest, this opening shot does get your attention. It almost seems like something straight out of an Italian horror movie from around this time. In fact, this entire opening sequence is actually pretty atmospheric and effective, although it does take a bit of a weird turn. Okay, this just went from creepy horror movie to creepy religious commercial. And hey, Eric Larson, I love Savage Dragon. Oh wait, it's a different Eric Larson? Okay, never mind then. So we begin on a farmhouse in 1931 that's having some trouble with, you guessed it, demons.
Regina, the spells can't keep us out. The spells can't keep us out.
Yeah, sooner or later you're gonna join us. I got some bad news for you, lady. Your husband's oatmeal breakfast doesn't seem to be agreeing with him. Oh, and he's also possessed by a demon. Not to worry though, she's got a weapon that'll take care of him. A snow globe? Damn, was that snow globe filled with nitroglycerin or something? We then cut to the present day of 1990, where we meet our main character, Corey, the grandson of the couple from the beginning who's taking a road trip with his girlfriend Elaine.
Can't stand this anymore. Corey, will you talk to me?
About what?
About anything, about what you're thinking.
Just thinking about driving.
Well, that and the Roman Empire. As a guy, I think about that pretty much every day.
It's funny.
Hey, don't blame me, it's what the internet says. Going back to the Italian horror influence, there's some surreal parts, like this creepy little girl watching them and pointing a stick that seems like it's straight out of a Dario Argento movie. I'm talking good Argento, not Dracula 3D Argento. Although things quickly get pretty ridiculous.
I've been here before.
What?
In a dream.
And I'll bet we're gonna see it, aren't we? Yep, we sure do, and boy is it a doozy. I know nightmares where people are naked in public are fairly common, but ones at a gas station with your undead grandma watching are pretty rare. I thought I was the only one who had those. Okay, I don't know what that means, but I'm sure Freud would have a field day. And hey, not only is this the gas station from Corey's dream, but it even comes with its own Crazy Ralph knockoff who warns him to leave.
This is the place in the dream.
I'm gonna go inside and take my pants off just to be sure. Yeah, I joke, but...
Hey, Harmon.
What is with this place and people taking their clothes off?
A moon for the misbegotten.
I was gonna say an ass for the accursed, but that works too. Anyway, what do they got here?
We have beer, Coke, water, and goat's milk.
Coke, please.
The filmmakers said the same thing. Some more of Corey's friends show up, and, yeah, they're very friendly. Damn, Corey is gonna be pissed he did that.
Oh, hi, Dell.
Or not. What's up, Dill? Feel free to grab my girl's ass too if you want. I don't mind. Believe it or not, one of the weirdest things about this movie isn't the demons. Almost all of the main characters here were in previous relationships with each other and kind of act like they're still fucking.
Bizarre greeting rituals of the subculture.
I know, right? They don't even kiss each other on the mouth when they say hi. And if you needed a reminder, this movie's from 1990.
Yeah, well, if you two homos can keep your hands off each other for a second, let's get something to drink.
Yeah, you're one to talk. You walked into a barber shop and asked for the George Michael. Okay, so here's the plot setup. Corey met his long-lost dad, and now he's invited his friends to go to his grandparents' farmhouse to find out why members of his family keep dying mysteriously. How much of the farmhouse is left after it exploded, I don't really know, but whatever. But not Crazy Ralph comes back to warn him one more time.
Let me give you some advice, son. Take your friends and go home now.
We've got business at that farm. Belongs to me now.
Or how about this, Corey? If you own the place now, how about you just sell it and pocket the money? Or if it's still standing, try renting it out. You know, get yourself some passive income. Just be sure to include a clause in the lease saying they can't sue if they end up getting possessed by demons. Most people either won't read it or just assume it's a joke and sign anyway. The point is, don't go up there. You know, maybe you should have just stopped at the Buc-ee's a few miles back. You could have got some beaver nuggets instead of a gun in your face. And you wouldn't have to hear this guy do his Connell Cochran monologue.
I saw what happened to the Carter family. It was a drought of 29. A hot, dry wind blew that summer. The cattle and the crops were burned to a crisp.
The barriers will be down, you see, between the real and the unreal.
Figures in the dark, laughing, coming at me, and I screamed and I ran, and I never told a soul.
Bullshit. You tell this story to everyone who stops here. The old man thinks it's a bad idea to go to the farmhouse, so naturally he gives him directions on how to get there.
Well, you just follow that road till it ends.
Oh, but never mind that. Get a load of the new characters the movie throws our way.
Welcome to the wonderful world of magic. Today we will take you to the land of illusion and fantasy, where the commonplace is fantastic, and the fantastic is commonplace.
Wow, who could have guessed that Dell wouldn't be the douchiest character in this movie?
I didn't know your former boy was going to be here.
Wait, you mean Dime Store Siegfried and Roy here are straight? This movie's full of surprises. Case in point, not only are these two magicians, but they're also karate masters. I'm not joking.
Skinny little chicken shit, I'll shove that karate crap up your ass.
Okay, so far we haven't seen any demons outside of the opening scene, and this movie is already batshit.
I didn't think you guys were gonna make it.
What? And miss a chance to play a grand resort like this? My man, there just isn't any other place to be.
Also, we couldn't book any children's birthday parties this weekend, so, you know, didn't really have anything else going on. Okay, now that the crew's all here, time to make our way to the demon farmhouse. And once again, this movie does have some memorably weird imagery, like this bird's egg full of maggots. The director was a Lucio Fulci fan, I can tell.
Corey, what do you expect to find up here?
Well, a cult horror movie, hopefully. Let's see, med school skeleton nailed to a cross? Well, coming out here seems like a good idea. Also, you're gonna have to fix the house up a bit if you want to rent it out, but the demon claws is still a good idea. And you might want to mention that this place comes with flashbacks, too.
Dad's older brother.
Wait, and he had a mullet back then? Damn, kid was ahead of his time. And good news, the house may not look like much on the outside, but on the inside, it's perfectly intact and furnished. This place is gonna be a real moneymaker. As weird as this whole situation is, the weirdest part is none of the characters seem that freaked out about it. They just go inside and are like, huh, that's a little unusual. To go with the Evil Dead connection, instead of playing a tape recorder, they just have to read some graffiti on the wall. The end result is the same though, which is some severely pissed off demons.
What the hell's going on here, Armin? I don't know. What was the Bonnie read? What did it say?
It was Latin. It said, now Satan shall walk. I don't care what it is. I say we get out of here now before the sun goes down.
Okay, I hate to agree with the dumb jock, but yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Do what you want. Whatever's here killed my grandparents. I'm gonna find out why.
Leave, asshole! Bad news though, they forgot to get their cars cliche-proofed before they came out here. Even worse, when they try to leave on foot, they get met by a thick fog that ends up teleporting them back to the cabin. So, wait, is this the demon wind of the title? Well, I guess demon fog doesn't really have the same ring to it. By the way, according to IMDb, the fog in this movie was real, which, yeah, I'm calling bullshit on that. Maybe they used a real fog machine.
I've never seen fog like this.
What? IMDb says it's natural. Why would they lie? Point is, you're back at the cabin.
Oh no.
Son of a bitch.
Del had the same reaction when he was eating a sandwich and got mustard on his pants. Seriously, no one reacts to all the weird shit in this movie like a real person.
Hey, where'd you come from, little girl?
The pits of hell. Now start acting like it. Hey, that wasn't cool. I'm beginning to think there's something funny going on.
You can't leave. You are mine.
There, finally somebody has the right response to this situation. And of course she immediately gets turned into a doll and then explodes. But once again, the weirdest part is how everyone reacts to this.
Now what do we do, Harmon?
You just saw your friend turned into a doll and then burned to death, and you seem about as upset as if the restaurant you wanted to go to closed early. And as long as our main characters are acting weird...
We got two choices. The cars or the house for the night. I think we'll be safer in the house.
But something in there just tried to kill us.
I don't think so. I think whatever it is only trying to warn us away.
Okay, they just killed your friend in front of you, they won't let you leave, but they're only trying to warn you away. You know what? Fuck it, just go in the house. But wait, first we need some more relationship drama, because sure, that's the main priority in this situation.
We have to talk.
Chuck, there's nothing left for us to talk about.
Come on, Terry. I could see it in your eyes back at the cafe.
Chuck, you're mistaken. I'm Dell's now, and I'm gonna stay with him.
Terry, I love you.
Hey, I can hear you. I'm not that far away. See? Told you.
We could fight if you want to. But we don't have anything to fight about.
What do you mean? You're trying to put the moves on my girl. Only I get to do that to people. Well, they gotta spend the night in a cursed demon house, which means there's only one thing to do now.
Let's clean up.
That's right, some spring cleaning. What? Well, good thing Corey cleaned up. He's gonna have relatives over.
Grandmother?
Grandma, what are you doing here? I'm not even naked. She also leads him to something very important. The Necra Knockoff Con.
Being the diary of Regina Carter.
I still think I'm gonna go with my name. Okay, now that Corey's got his grandma's diary, time to take a massive exposition dump. It says that inside the house are 2 daggers capable of killing demons, but they need 7 to kill the son of Satan. So I guess the filmmakers also saw The Omen in addition to Evil Dead. It also says that this area belonged to a group of settlers led by a satanic preacher who made human sacrifices in an effort to raise the devil. The preacher and his followers were burned to death, but the demons still got his grandparents.
But the last entry reads, I can hear them rising out in the barn. It's the...
Deadites? Well, at least somebody thought to bring along some weapons.
Man, I just wish we had some hand grenades or something.
Or even better, a snow globe. Those things can really blow shit up. Hey, you know what this movie could really use?
Stacy! Come out!
That's right, some demon titties.
Come out!
demon.
Alright, bro, devil's threesome. I'll take the front, you take the back. I got bad news for you, fellas. This demon's played by a porn star, and like a lot of them, she doesn't look as good when you get up close.
Eat this!
Okay, almost an hour in and we finally get some demon/kind of zombies action, and I see they're filled with the same type of honey mustard blood as the tall man from Phantasm. I don't know why they need the daggers, it seems like guns work just fine. Unfortunately, one guy dies. I'm not really sure how, he just turns around and he's bleeding. But this leads to possibly the greatest moment in the entire movie.
Decapitation!
Okay, I think that's the first karate decapitation I've ever had on this show. Feel free to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, though. And hey, as long as I'm doing running gags.
I made it. Fuck you!
Well, they're dead. We're still spending the night here, though. I'm convinced that's a good idea. What's not a good idea is keeping stuff secret, Corey.
Why didn't you tell the others about the daggers and the spells in the diary?
Tell him what? That my grandmother was a witch? She used spells to protect her son in this house?
Tell him we might have a way of defeating the supernatural phenomena we've all seen? No way. That'll just make him worry. And listen, babe, just because some of our friends are dead doesn't mean I'm not still horny. Okay, I can still work with this. We'll just go doggy style. Okay, they made it through the night. And hey, look at that. Some more cannon fodder, characters showed up. This reminds me of in The Deadly Spawn, where one girl dies and then another one just randomly shows up to take her place. Unfortunately, they have car troubles too.
What would we do wrong?
So does the demon magic only work if you shut the car off? What if they had remote start? Would that work? Dell and his girlfriend decide to leave, which magic, demon fog or not still seems like a better idea than spending another night in this place. But Dell better hope there's no Evil Dead style trees out there waiting to pop his bussy cherry. Not to worry though, turns out his girlfriend's just secretly Freddy Krueger. And did somebody say nonchalant reaction?
But I loved you.
Oh well, whatever, I guess I'm dead now. See ya. Anyway, do you guys have any idea of what to do? Other than stay here again another night?
My grandmother mentions the barn. Maybe there's a doorway that leads into the barn, the same way that leads into this house.
And if that's the center of this force, we gotta find some way to destroy it.
Well, you could try burning it down and... Oh, right. Never mind. Once again, sprinkled in among the cheesy parts, this does have some memorably surreal Italian-style horror imagery, like when they enter the barn and find a skeleton with a cow's head on it. And then it goes straight back into wacky Sam Raimi-style territory. Yeah, that's right, lady. Beef thinks you're what's for dinner. Guess what? The karate magicians are back, and they're even douchier when they're dead.
It's just us. The gruesome twosome.
So are they gonna do some demon karate now? Cause if so, that would be pretty awesome. Nah, looks like we're just getting a simple bitch slap. And come on, Corey, you got the magical daggers. You probably should have whipped those out earlier. In keeping with the rest of the movie, even the demons don't really react to shit.
You killed me.
Said with all the intensity as if she broke a nail. Oh, and here's a fun fact. Actor Lou Diamond Phillips was married to the movie's assistant director and apparently appears in the film as a demon. Although I'm not sure which one, so if anybody knows, feel free to say in the comments. I do have some questions as to how this place works. I know if you go through the door, the cabin's intact, but how do the demons on the outside know where the windows are supposed to be? Now, come on, Corey. If you want to kill a demon, you have to shoot him in the head. Or the chest twice? I don't know how demon rules work. Even if Corey has a shotgun, don't expect him to say anything as memorable as groovy here. While this usually gets called an Evil Dead knockoff, the finale is closer to Night of the Living Dead, with the survivors boarding up the house and fending off a horde of undead. And much like in a zombie movie, you can become a demon after getting bitten by one. There's two side effects to becoming a demon. One, you look like burn victim Harry Potter, and two, you become really handsy. And ladies, if you don't have any pepper spray, magical dagger will do just fine. Again, sure.
You turned into one of those things I used the last dagger. I saw his soul.
His soul was a dove? You know, right about now I'll bet Corey's thinking, I didn't need to know what happened to my grandparents that bad. I probably should have just stayed home. They're saved when the demons are called away by the satanic preacher mentioned earlier, because I guess this movie also needs its own Reverend Cain from the Poltergeist films. All the other demons merge into him to create the head demon, or whatever, and instead of looking like the demon from the poster, he looks more like that one orc general from Lord of the Rings. Oh, and how unlucky is this one girl? She gets brought back after getting turned into a doll, only to immediately get killed again.
There's nothing we can do for her.
We didn't give a shit the first time she died, and we're not starting now. I do kinda like that they gave this demon hooves, though. Makeup's pretty good for a low-budget movie. Luckily for Corey, his grandmother's spellbook gives him the perfect way to defeat the demon, which is showing off his Alien Nation cosplay. Okay, there is another way. That's right, a nut shot. And after this, they engage in a pew-pew optical effects battle. You know, for a movie that actually started out fairly moody and creepy, this finale is pretty damn silly. I can see where this movie's reputation comes from. By the way, you may be thinking, hey, didn't they mention earlier that they have 2 daggers but need 7 to defeat the son of Satan? Yes. Yes, they did. And it's never brought up again after that. Besides, it doesn't matter anyway because it turns out it was all just a dream.
Corey, are you all right? Yeah. Where am I?
We're at your grandparents' farm. Remember, we drove up here.
Okay, even though I know this is just leading to a fake out, if this movie really did end with an all just a dream twist, it would kind of fit with how silly it got. I got bad news for you, Corey. Not only are your friends still dead, but you've also still got that stupid makeup on. Surprisingly enough, Corey's not even the one who defeats the head demon. His girlfriend does when she reads the last spell in his grandmother's diary.
Burn this abomination. Cleanse it from thy blessed earth.
Now again, if that spell could get rid of the demons, why didn't Corey's grandma read it back in the 30s? Why did Corey turn into a chemotherapy elf if they could have just read the spell? Why bring up the whole 7 daggers thing if they're not gonna go anywhere with it? Well, I guess there's just some things man was never meant to know. And to cap it all off, they repeat the same explosion from the beginning, destroying the cabin. Again. I don't know if it's still fine on the inside or what.
Is it over? Is it really over?
Of course not. It's a 1990 horror movie. We still gotta do the whole the evil's not really defeated fake out ending. Well, kinda. It makes you think it's gonna do that when the diner waitress is revealed as a demon, but then Corey just murks her with a laser from the diary, which I guess it can also do now. If the movie ended like this, that would actually be pretty funny. But then there's another twist where it's revealed that the girl with the stick from earlier is actually Rocky Dennis. So that's Demon Wind, and yeah, I can see where this movie's reputation comes from. It actually starts out pretty atmospheric, and there are some creatively surreal images in it, but things get goofy real fast with its combination of bizarre plot twists, soap opera-style relationship melodrama, and characters who barely seem to react to all the weird shit happening around them. But then again, those things are what prevent this from being just another forgettable Evil Dead knockoff. I mean, where else are you gonna see a magician karate kick a demon's head off? This definitely ain't an objectively good movie, but it's never boring. So if you want a bad movie double feature, pair this up with something like Bloody Muscle Bodybuilder in Hell, which is another one I need to get to, but that's enough low-budget movies for now. Next episode, I'm gonna do an expensive B movie. Well, that's all for now. Until next time.
This thing's about this big.
What's so funny?